year I just can't get to the matches because we're always right in the middle of doing something. But we keep up with y'all every week, and we talk a lot. Her and I talk a lot, and in recruiting time, some of y'all know who was any of the recruits or people in here. We would come over and some of the recruits sometimes she brought recruits by the office. I'm trying to help any way we can because y'all are awesome. We want every sport here to be great, and y'all done a heck of a job. And y'all are kind of going through the same thing we're going. New coach, new thing, learning a new system, and getting over that hump. And I understand how hard it can be sometimes. I mean, you push it up there, and you get back, and push it up. We're doing the same thing. We left 2 or 3 games on the table at the same time. We're 7-4, and 22nd should be about 10-1, and set about 5th or 6th at conference. But winning is a hard thing. Winning's a learned behavior, and playing to your max is a learned behavior. We're doing the same thing over there, and we share a lot of notes back and forth about things and how to get young ladies and young men to compete and understand everything that goes on. But understand something, you're at a special time in your life, and anything, I always tell our players, everything that you respect in life was hard. If it was easy, everybody would do it, and you wouldn't respect it. This is part of the trials and tribulations. You've grown as a person, you've grown as an athlete, you've grown as a competitor. We talk about that to our guys all the time. The psychological disposition to understand how to compete. And I always say this, domination is a learned behavior. It's not natural for human nature is really to play well. It's like making an A on a test. You say, boy, I ain't gonna stay for that next test. I can make a C and get a B. You know, not many people in their mind think that I want an A on everything I do. And that's how when you play sports, you have to do that. You have to make an A. You have to make an A plus every time. You have to strive to make an A plus every time. You can't let anything go unturned. And then if you happen to make a 95 instead of 100, usually it pays off. But it's a learned behavior, and it's hard. And that's why being successful, at the end of the day, there's only one champion. At the end of the day, there's only one winner of every game. We're going to have that same situation tomorrow. We got a great challenge in front of us to play LSU, who's number 7 in the country. And we got them in our place, and hopefully we've learned from the past behaviors in which we've had to step up, just like y'all have. Y'all played, I know y'all smoked Alabama the other day, right? 3 straight sets. First game was a 5-set match, you let it get away, right? You learn from what you're doing, and that's part of where you're going, what you're trying to be, and who you're trying to be as an organization. I mean, and who's the senior? Who's the one senior in here? Yeah. Well, this is part of the legacy of what you're leaving to all these girls. I mean, of how to compete and how to play and leave it on. And for y'all, it's to carry on as soon as tomorrow, today is over, next year starts. And understanding it starts immediately. It starts that psychological disposition of where you want to go, look at your mistakes and move on. We're going to do the same thing in everything we do. But you got to understand, we always talk to our team all the time about starting with 3 I's all the time. Immediacy, in other words, get out of the block, set the tone for the game. Intensity, all it does is ratchet up every second. It never goes away, and play with great intelligence. The game rewards toughness and competitiveness and intelligence. No matter what game you play, you have to be tough, and I say mental and psychological disposition to compete in the game, no matter what it is. You know, my dad used to tell me all the time, I grew up on a farm way out in the country. We didn't have much. He'd leave, and he'd leave me by myself a lot of times with things to do that probably grown men would do. He said, I don't care, get it done. Sometimes you got to figure it out on your own. And coaches can take you so far and you can give you all the tools. There's a psychological disposition to yourself. You know something? We talk all the time about toughness, effort, discipline, and pride. Everything you do. Have mental toughness, have effort. Effort's like breathing to me. You shouldn't even think about it. You can't even compete without it. So that goes without saying. Discipline, do what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, the way it's supposed to be done every single time. And have pride in what you do. At the end of the day, you're going to have to have grit. We talk about grit. What I talk about grit is putting your teeth into something and saying, you know what? I refuse to let this beat me. I refuse to lose. And it's simple. We try to think that some coach is going to come in with some magical pixie dust and throw it on y'all. It isn't. It's getting you to understand. And the most important thing at the end of the day, I tell our team this all the time, love's the reason for the fight. You got to understand something. Look at the people sitting in this room. Somebody sacrificed for you to be where you're at. They sacrificed. There was a mom, there was a dad, there was a grandma, grandpa, aunt, and uncle. Might have worked 2 jobs, did something to make sure you got to every travel tournament or every game or everything you did, everywhere you did. They sacrificed. Those are the heroes in the world to me, not the heroes that go out and score touchdowns or spike the ball or win matches. It's the people who sacrifice to be here, and then the love of your teammates. You got to understand there's a bond that's got to come within you guys. And when you achieve something, nobody can understand what you go through except you in this group. It doesn't matter what people outside this room think, only what you think of each other and how you compete for each other. And love is the reason for the fight. You got to play for the person beside you. Because for yourself, the psychological disposition for yourself to compete sometimes is you make excuses for yourself. We all make excuses for ourselves. Well, I'll do it later. I can do it better. I'll take care of it. It doesn't work that way. You got to have somebody to motivate you and somebody to pat you on the butt or sometimes somebody to kick you in the butt. every now and then to say, I gotta get this done. But I know y'all are in the same situation we're trying to be right here, and you're so close. I mean, you've been so close in so many big matches all year, and now you're starting to get over that hump. And it's important to finish the right way. Because everything you do, what are we talking about? Every drill you do, you finish, you do, you go, you 100%, never let up. Well, you gotta finish the season. And this will carry you into next year because it's gonna be a psychological disposition. The next time you get ready to practice, and you think about it the next week, go over all the things you've done well, things you're going to correct, things you need to fix, whatever it may be, and you set the tone for the next year, and that's how you build a program and how you do it. But y'all gonna have to do it, and we can get you so far, but there's gotta be a grit, there's gotta be a toughness to you that you say, I refuse to lose. Because at the end of the day, the higher levels of athletics you go to, there's just people on the street just as good doing in the NBA, the NFL, Major League Baseball, college football, volleyball, whatever it is, on the street, you can do everything you can do. What changes you and separates you is right here, your mind, and the ability not to lose and to be able to do it at the biggest pressure moments of any game of any time. And that's your practice habits and what you do daily. And you gotta understand, did you practice hard enough? Did you get the habits? Did you things you gotta do? And you gotta set the tone for the next year. And that's what you got going in today. It's a big chance for y'all to finish the right way, get that great feeling, and like I said, there's nothing like winning. But winning doesn't come easy. There's a price to pay for it. But you gotta play the fundamentals. The fundamentals, because I always tell our players, we gotta do ordinary better than anybody else. Everybody wants to do the spectacular thing. You go back and look at all the games you had success in, all the games you had failures in. You did ordinary things better than the other team. How you set the ball, how you spike the ball, your assignments, your alignments, your techniques, wherever you had to be, you beat them to the spot. It's not fancy things that win games. People want to make it that way. We want to make it, he's so talented now. It's people who refuse to lose. I mean, as it is. Why is Drew Brees going to win the MVP of the NFL most likely as a quarterback? You know where he went to high school? He was in Austin, Westlake. Texas A&M never recruited him, went to Purdue. Didn't go in the first round, wasn't drafted. Tom Brady went in the 6th round. If you put those two guys in a combine with athletic ability, that'd be the last two guys you take. They're the two best guys in the league. Or two of the 3 or 4. And they won championships. It's about your psychological disposition to understand the intelligence and to get people around you to compete and play. And that's where you guys are at right now. And you're on that verge. You're right there. You obviously came over when you come back to Alabama because you swept them in 3. And something you could have done earlier, just you didn't have the tools yet to do it, and the psychological disposition. But how you finish is important. And finish today. I just want to wish you good luck. Like I said, I had that chance to get over and see the matches, and I just want to come over and wish you good luck. And like I said, I want every team on this campus to do well, and hopefully we'll do well on Saturday, make everybody proud, and y'all make us proud today. But we both got Tigers to take care of, so. Y'all have anything?
Oh my God.